One spot left in the NBA's Final Four. The Nuggets and the Thunder with the 2 MVP finalists vying for that. Welcome to Playoff Central Live, presented by AT&T. That's Dennis Scott. That's Steve Smith. I'm that other guy, Chris Miles. The Nuggets, 11 players with Game 7 experience, playing in their third consecutive Game 7, seventh in the Joker and Jamal era. For the Thunder, just 3 guys who have Game 7 experience. I guess you don't need experience to win. Here we go to Game 7. What do you call him, Smitty?
Alexander.
There's Aaron Gordon. He was questionable with a hamstring grade 2 strain. Played in this one and started. Christian Brown throwing it down.
Don't do that. Christian Brown.
SGA thought about rotating Smitty. He said, nah.
Boy, they didn't need him to get in foul trouble because he was hooping.
Rare for Joker to get a look like this, Smitty.
Golly, boy. He threw that bowl, didn't he?
Yeah, they threw that chicken wing, didn't they?
Aaron Gordon, 8 points and led the Nuggets with 11 rebounds.
Bravo.
Man.
Wow.
Yes.
Chet Holmgren getting to the cup. Rising up 13 points and 11 rebounds for Chet. J-Dub. First bucket coming in the second quarter. Wouldn't be his last in that quarter. Now, let's turn this into a dunk contest. Isaiah Hartenstein on the putback.
You have to box out, otherwise you become a poster.
Welcome to the Caruso Show. Alex Caruso, the champion on the fast break. Then J-Dub, a monster second quarter. 17 of his 24 coming in the second. Part of an 18-5 Thunder run. Smitty, they really found their identity.
It is. Points off turnovers, huge and fast break opportunities. The Thunder took advantage of all that.
14-point lead at the break. Then SGA from the top of the key. Good money. Kason Wallace.
The left hand of the line, the big body bag. Yes, young fella. Stretch out on him.
We're not done with thunderous dunks. Back to the Caruso. Alex Caruso sitting on the bench here, back in the game, running the floor, getting rewarded.
Yes, indeed. Watch this one.
11 points, 3 steals for Caruso, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you ready to go night-night? Ending the Nuggets season and 1 off the glass, 35. 4 assists,
little cookies.
3 steals.
Drop it off.
32-point win for the Thunder, making their return to the Western Conference Finals for the first time since 2016. Let's hear from their head coach, Mark Daigneault.
Yeah, 7 games is a long time. You're not going to play optimal basketball over the course of 7 games. It's hard to hold that level when the opponent is doing everything they can to make you completely uncomfortable. And I just thought, this wasn't our cleanest series. I didn't think we played our best. But I do think this series really tested our resolve. We went down 1-0. We went down 2-1. After those 3 games, we had led 123 minutes to their 17, and we were down 2-1 at that point. And it's hard mentally to get yourself to 0 and go win game 4, win game 5, and then same thing today. We're tied 3-3. We had doubled up the amount of minutes that we had led in the series, and yet we were tied 3-3. And these guys just keep coming. It's really incredible fortitude, and I thought it really showed the character of the team and the character of the guys, and we're going to need that resolve, as we move forward here.
So, we played, so how many? 4 and there's 7 games, so 11 times we played this season. Actually, I think did we play preseason too one time? So we played like a lot of times, we saw him a lot of times, and he's a special player, his shot selection, his shots capability of making his own shot separation, playing in his rhythm, defensively he was like always stealing the balls, always blocking shots, he's like a little, I don't know how to say, like a little punter out there. He was always there, so he's a special player.
Play a really good team in the Timberwolves, and we got to try to beat them 4 times before they beat us 4 times. And that's all I'm worried about. All our team is worried about. Like Dub just said, just trying to be where our feet are in the moment and see what's in front of us and try to attack it and come out on the right end of it. I think that's why we've gotten this far in the season, and we're going to continue to do so.
SGA, 56 30-point games between the regular season and the playoffs. 12 more than Giannis, Smitty. I mean, just impressive what he's able to do night in, night out.
It is. I mean, it's 30 plus. I mean, it's unbelievable. He gets the quietest, efficient 30 I've ever seen. Today we were watching. I knew he had played well, but when you go to a guy that's going to get 8 for 9 from the free throw line in this game, 12 for 19, and do it in a way where everybody else, 3D and Chris Miles, can score as well. I mean, he doesn't get a lot of assists. The reason why is because he has the ball in his hand a lot. He'll throw ahead, get out the way, and let Jalen Williams go to work, let Wallace go to work, let Chet go to work, let Chet handle, let Hartenstein handle. So I love his trust in his teammates and his, I would say, belief in them, but then also when it's time, 3D, throughout the course of the game, he makes an impact here, there. He's always there, and he never, spikes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be here throughout the whole entire 4 quarters.
Only thing I can add there, after talking to Coach Dagnoff all season long, you have guys on your team that are high maintenance. You have guys on your team that are low maintenance. He's one of the few guys there's no maintenance because he brings it the same way every time.
Yeah, and you kind of see, look, the Nuggets got out to an 11-point lead. It was a 19-5 run at the end of the first into the second, then an 18-5 run. And they did it fast break points and points off turnovers. 37 points off turnovers. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander also a beneficiary of that. Really, 3D, that's their identity.
That's their identity. When you can look at the stat sheet, guys, and you've seen 2 and 3 and 4 guys with 2 steals or more, and then now they get out and run. And we were talking to Chet after the game is that this chemistry and playing together and playing for one another, when one guy gets a steal, one guy gets a dunk, you see the bench go crazy. Smitty, you and I have been around this game a long time. It's been a long time when you can look at the end of the bench and guys who don't play that much, they're still cheering on. There's no disgruntled guys in that locker room. It's impressive to have a team this young, playing well. You go out and add 2 guys, that are veterans. It doesn't mess up the chemistry in the locker room.
You say young team, playing well, box office, Western Conference Finals, Ant-Man, SGA. Ooh. Smitty, this is just a beautiful matchup. These 2 teams split the regular season series 2-2, but in February, they played 3 of those games. Wolves won that advantage 2-1.
What I liked it is both those guys, those stars, Anthony Edwards and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they guarded each other. They competed. In one of those games I was watching, it came down to the end, and they made plays. Both guys, I mean, they're young. They have both front courts that are physical. They have wing defenders. They have youth. They have it all, so I'm looking forward to this matchup. This is the one that's going to be really good. And
I forgot about that one.
That
was right before the All-Star break.
I forgot about that one.
Right before the All-Star break. Didn't forget that one.
He'll be ready, for sure.
Now, the question, Smitty, is do you cross-match it with this team, meaning that does Randall and Chet guard each other, Hartenstein and Gobert,
SGA
and Ant-Man, or does Dort guard it? This is a fun thing for both kids. McDaniels with his length. So what coach is going to make the first chess move of cross-matching, knowing that you have superstars on both ends of the ball that like to attack the paint? I'm going to say it again. Both SGA and Ant-Man like to attack the paint. Even though Ant-Man changed his game a little bit, Smitty, and took a lot of threes early in the season, got back to the playoffs, he's back attacking the paint.
Yeah, led the NBA in three-pointers made this year. Anthony Edwards, Tuesday, 8:30. Get ready for what we call a box office matchup between Ant-Man and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Hot take, but not. OKC fans are louder than Knicks fans. Who's this Trae Young guy? Where's he from?
I think he's from Norman, Oklahoma, I think.
Just setting Knicks fans off again. Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, 2 All-Stars. Let's talk about that next, the Eastern Conference Final.
Man, it's the Garden, man. You gotta, man, it's electric, man. This is the moment you wish for when you was a kid. So just soaking up this moment, and I can't wait for the next round.
For the first time in 2.5 decades, the New York Knicks are going to a conference final.
Down the way. Down the way. Guys, keep sticking together.
It's their largest playoff win ever. And White tries, blocked by McBride.
He's at the table, we go. Hey, there you go, man. Appreciate you, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like it again.
We back. New York on top. What'd you say? Cue the music.
It's a blessing. We'll keep on going. It's a blessing. I keep on going. Next.
Pure joy here at Madison Square Garden.
So many years.
Sweet, man.
You talk about that, you know, that New York grit, that unrelentless belief that we will never lose. We showed it this series.
Still not done. Got another series. Indiana, we coming. Let's go.
Knicks and Pacers meeting for the second year in a row, ninth time, but the first time in the conference finals since 2000. Both teams looking to go to the finals for the first time since 2000 when they went in back-to-back years. Here's Tyrese Halliburton on his team going back to Eastern Conference Finals 2 years in a row.
You should feel good when people are talking positive about you, which there's a lot of that going on around this group right now. There's a lot of media people talking very highly of us, wanted to prove people wrong and the doubters wrong, but I think we also want to prove ourselves right. You know, last year wasn't a fluke, but I think the trick is you don't want to rest on that and your teeth kicked in, you know. So at the end of the day, we're not done. We know we all have a bigger goal.
They're great at what they do. Brunson's a master at creating angles. He has uncanny ability to create space and shots. In the history of the game, it's just, it's very difficult to think of somebody quite like him.
We talk about that, you know, that New York grit, that unrelentless belief that we'll never lose. You know, when you want to go deeper into the playoffs, you have to have that. You know, he could do something special. And as long as the belief in that locker room is that, we don't care what anyone outside that locker room says.
So the Knicks won the season series 2-1 this year. But look, Tyrese Halliburton, two-time All-Star, Jalen Brunson, two-time All-Star, both have an All-NBA nod. But Smitty, they get at it differently. What do you make of how those two perform, what they provide for these two teams?
Well, it's totally different. Like you said, both play the position of point guard. One is flat out their two guard and scorer in Jalen Brunson, and obviously can make plays off the bounce, but he's needed more of a guy to score. Tyrese Halliburton is to keep pace going for the Pacers, getting that ball, hopping around. But also what he can do is score when much needed. He's finishing games extremely well. It's going to be about pace. Both guys at that guard position control pace. Key for me, though, Karl-Anthony Towns. In the 3 games he played, 21-15, 30-9, and 40-12.
Yeah, when I hear that, I think of the matchup between Karl-Anthony Towns and Miles Turner. Miles Turner, second in the NBA in blocks. Of course, Karl-Anthony Towns, the all-star starting center in the Eastern Conference. Should be a great matchup between those two.
Yeah, it will, guys. I think which guy will be more disciplined? Because we know Cat throughout the playoffs has shown us he can get in foul trouble, making some of those bad plays. And the same thing with Miles Turner. So which guy will hover around the three-point line or will attack the paint and show their how they mix it up? You know, on the flip side of that, for Knicks fans, I'm sorry, the Pacers go 10 deep. They bring in different guys and different flavors, if you will, of the game. How do the Knicks, you know, combat that? Rick Carlisle, just like the last series, I look for him to put Jalen Brunson in every single action. See where I was going with that, right? Because we know what we saw from his last series with the Boston Celtics. They had Jalen Brunson in every action and kind of wore him down. I look for Rick Carlisle to do the same thing.
I mean, it's a rematch of last year's playoffs between these two teams. It went 7 games. Pacers jumped out to a 2-0 series lead. How do you make how they match up outside of, like we said, the starting centers and the point guard?
Well, I think right now it's a totally different Knicks team from last year. Mikal Bridges is a different type of situation for them. I mean, if you look at this Knicks run, especially in his last series, he's had some closing plays. Offensively, when much needed, he went for about 10 or 8 in a couple of quarters where much needed wasn't great in offensively. But I think his length and defense is going to be a problem for the Pacers. And he can play at pace with them, so I look at him to be a key factor. And also, Karl-Anthony Towns must dominate that matchup.
What about for the Pacers? I mean, they do have a former Knick and Obi Toppin, but a lot of guys who are gritty and play terrific defense.
Well, the first name that comes to mind for me is Benedict Mathurin. He didn't play last year during the playoffs. He was injured. So he's another X factor that comes in. He can knock down the 3. He can guard 1 through 3. And it's the fact that any time they put in different guys, Rick Carlisle understands you're going to play solid defense. That's what's been so much impressive throughout this playoff run. They're picking up 94 feet. When's the last time, Smitty, we've seen an NBA team pick up 94 feet every single game in the playoffs? That's going to be different that the Knicks haven't seen yet.
Who was more impressive to get here? What the Pacers did, eliminating the Cavs, right, the top seed in the East, or the Knicks eliminating the Celtics, your defending champs?
You know, I would go the Pacers because of Jason Tatum got hurt. And because Cleveland, they did have some guys out. I wasn't counting on the Pacers to be able to have this type of run through the Cleveland Cavaliers. So you can go either way. I'm just going to go Pacers.
And I'll take the Knicks from the standpoint of Coach Tibbs, I love you to death. I know you work hard, but damn it, you got to play your bench a little bit more. That's what's surprising to me, that you're basically playing with 5 guys or 5.5 guys, because a different guy comes off the bench with Nolan McBride, or Mitch. He made some free throws the other night and blocked some shots and rebounded the ball well. So that's why I'm surprised that he's grinding these guys out and they're still playing great basketball.
Yeah, 6 for 6 from the free throw line.
There you go. See, that was huge.
Robinson.
That was huge.
There you go. TNT having the Eastern Conference Finals beginning on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Where's that game out, 3D?
Massive Garden.
That's right. MSG, Pacers, and Knicks. Reggie Miller on the call.
Winfield. Oh, that's Obi Toppin.
That's Obi Toppin. We're going under the rim next. We're going to take and make some shots. Oh, it's the best part of the show. Smitty's Under the Rim for guys 6'1" and under. You don't got to be 6'8". You don't got to be 6'12" to be in this segment, baby.
Why are you talking
this
like
is
a New Yorker?
Jalen Brunson.
Why are you talking like a New Yorker?
Halliburton time. Let's get to it, Smitty.
Let's go.
Come on, Smitty. Let's go, Smitty.
Bing bong.
The New Yorker.
Who's coming home,
Why you talk like a New Yorker today?
Bing bong. Eastern Conference Finals, Smitty.
Let's talk. Smitty's top 5 players in the rim.
Look at shots.
Clean. That boy always
clean.
Yeah, boy, you always
Number
clean.
5, we're gonna give him some love. Steph Curry's out.
Okay, dry
Get
cleaner.
well soon. I wanted to see him play, but
We all
he
did.
couldn't. But before, he got a chance to leave at the playoffs. Oh, no, he didn't.
Leave it.
No, he didn't. One more time. Skip. Oh, he made him touch the ground.
Right hand
Got
touch.
him doing planks. Oh, one more time. Here we go. Don't do that to himself. That's not bad. Steph was giving it to him.
Close my eyes.
Tyrese twice in the
I know,
same.
he got it. That's all right. Tyrese played well, though.
He played
But
well.
he touched hers.
Yeah, he did.
Number 4. A man Thompson.
Take him to church.
No, he didn't.
Man.
Go around it. Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Oh, yes,
There we go. And the day is Sunday. That's number 4. Number 3.
Oh, flashback.
Because, he's one of my favorite players, too.
Oh,
The
yeah.
DOC.
That's still the Doc.
I can't believe he's
When
my
Doc
neighbor.
walks in the room,
Can't
we
believe
still
he's my
go,
neighbor. And there we go. Obi.
No, he didn't.
Obi Toppin.
No, he didn't.
Come on, one time. It's a little
One
different.
dribble.
A little different.
I was
He
waiting
kind of
for
flipped
a
his a
bump
little
over
bit.
with him, but
Yeah,
yeah,
Obi
I
kind of
do
flipped his.
Dr. J.
That's not bad, Obi.
Hey, Obi put a little.
He did. Now, go ahead.
Little spice on it.
Number 2.
Chris
What you got,
Miles,
Smitty?
take this over. Chris Miles, you got it.
Jalen Brunson, the clutch player of the year. Hallelujah. The Knicks are back in the Eastern Conference Finals.
All right, there you go. That's your little Nick. Now we're going to number 1 place. So
Look at his hand. Look at his hand.
What's
Look at his
better than
hand.
that?
What's better than that?
What's better than that? You got one better than that,
We got
Smitty?
one more better
You
than
got
that.
He won number
We got
1
one more.
twice.
Oh! He's been
Holla
rolling.
back,
Come here, Giannis. Come here, Giannis. Lay him. One more time, Giannis.
Left
Take
hand.
that left foot. Take that left foot.
He's not going to
Lay
do it.
him.
Oh.
Bucket.
What kind of
one more
chance
time.
do you
One more.
like?
Now we going to Cleveland.
double up.
Come here, Ty Jerome.
Step back. Leave it.
Our candy is dandy.
Oh, Tyrese Halliburton. I got to give him a nickname,
Got him.
3D. I ain't got a nickname. I got to give him one.
Ooh, Halliburton.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Tyrese
No,
Halliburton.
can't.
Yeah, they started running around. That's
Yeah.
that's
All right,
the
who's
number
hitting the
one
bucket so we can move on?
You
Come on,
got
you
it.
gotta go.
Nick.
Come on, Nick.
Come on, Knicks.
What you
That's
got,
the
Nick?
line.
Come on.
I'm going off the
Eastern
ground.
Conference
in the-
Final.
Ah,
No,
Oh,
shoot
yeah,
that.
hold on,
Shoot.
shoot.
You
Hold
want
on,
to
shoot.
shoot.
You want regular. You got
for
it.
the Knicks. Nope, that's a break.
That's for the Knicks. Let's
Outta
go
here.
for the Knicks.
Get a leg. Come on, get a
Make
layup.
it.
Come on, big body Browns. Get a layup. At least get a layup.
I'm feeling like I'm not in the Knicks.
New Yorker. You're
That
a New
is
Yorker.
awful. Get out of this segment. Kiki Area Finn. Welcome to the District and the Mystics.
All they can do is dribble in New York.
Washington Mystics, Connecticut Sun, the top picks for the Sun out, but hey, the Mystics got their top draft picks, Kiki Arifin and Sonia Citron on the floor. Tina Charles, the ageless wonder, 23 and
She's still
10.
getting it done. Like you said.
Arifin. Oh,
Nice.
show and
Step.
go. To the left, to the
left.
left. Everything in that box to the left. 17 and
Step
14
back.
for her.
Pat it back.
Brittany Sykes getting the bucket. Then Olivia Nelson-Adota, 18 points. Crashing glass for this dude.
Grab that one.
Sykes with 27 and 7
Oh, no.
assists. Under the rim, nominee.
Ooh-wee.
Off glass.
Don't slap it.
Footwork.
But check out the rookie. Sonia Citron with the steal. Then finishing in transition.
Good pass.
Good pass. Good decision.
Then watch her again, this time with the rock. Attacking.
Nice.
15 points, 3 assists. So 2 of the Mystics' top 6 picks balling out. Mystics season 2-0 to start the year in the nation's capital. And look at these two paying off. Kiki Ariafin averaging 15 and 9. Citron averaging 17, 65% from the field. Mystics starting the season with 2 wins. Speaking of top players, the Storm and the Wings, the number 1 and number 2 picks in the draft. Catch them live on NBA TV. And also the Fever and the Dream. We know Caitlin Clark is the show Tuesday at 2 o'clock here on NBA TV. Yeah, so great WNBA action to start this season, and it's been wonderful. But the Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals set. You guys excited for both?
Oh, for sure. I think, let's start off in the East with the pace of play and Tyrese Halliburton, Jalen Brunson. What a matchup. And then on the West, you got Ant-Man and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We got 4 young guards. That's the new coming of age of some new stars in the league.
No, I agree with you, Smitty, that each team has someone that you want to watch, so it's must-see TV for every game. Now, the question is, which star now is ready to take hold of the mantle because it's a new champion?
Yeah, it'll be the 7th year that we've had a new champion crowned in the NBA. We've never had this kind of run, Smitty. Really excellent for the league to have this come back.
Unbelievable. But I'm also, give you a lot of credit. You're being cool with your Knicks.
What you mean? Knicks tape, Jalen Brunson burner, all day, every day. Say it with your chest.
There you go.
Let's go, baby.